what's up? Let's see if this actually works. Hello. Black screen. There we go. Now we need to do a starting screen, I guess. I'm gonna put on some live music. There we go. So this is the first time probably doing video editing on stream, at least on YouTube. I've done it a lot on Twitch, but first time YouTube. All right. Use Magix Vegas Pro. Whoops, I think I did the wrong. Yeah, 21. I don't have 22. Actually, they have 23 now, within the last few days. Which I'm kind of tempted to see if I want to purchase at some point. But it's probably best if I wait to see if there are any serious errors in the program people find. All right. Got so many windows. I probably should have had a third screen set up because I can't really see the chat windows too well. I think at this point I'll mess things up if I do that. Anyways, this is Vegas Pro. I've used it for a really long time, originally with the movie studio version of it. Before that, I did use Premiere a bit. I have an old copy of Premiere from pre-CS, so it's like version 5. I would do anime music video editing and some other editing at the time. That was 2000, like early 2000s. I have dabbled in DaVinci Resolve a little bit, but I didn't really like how it worked or how it felt to use, but I'm just very used to this program. And I have written scripts and things for this one. It has a pretty good scripting engine, and it kind of locked me in to using Vegas Pro. So see if I can somehow get the chat windows a little easier to see. I'm so limited on space. Yeah, man. Yeah, should probably add that third screen, just see what happens. So I've got this little Viltrox screen. It's obviously meant for mobile use, but it can work on a computer just fine. So where's my OBS window? Here it is. So I've done a video on this screen, and then I just attached it to one of the bars behind me. I have a few rigging equipment. So there's that. I don't need to be in that view, I guess. Yeah, the screen might flash. All right, that appears to be working. There we go. Sorry, I don't have a back camera today, so I can't show what I'm doing. Basically just adding a third screen. It's a tiny one, so I don't know how easy it'll be to read things on, but that should hopefully help. Display settings. Okay, that looks good. Now I'll do some video editing. I have a very unique process now for my highlight videos, where I use a mix of Google Gemini AI to, obviously I've made the full video, but then I use the AI to help me highlight the video based on caption data that is available. You start with auto captions that YouTube makes, and then I take those and I give it to ChatGPT, and it fixes them up, and then I verify them that they're correct to the actual words. And at that point, I'm able to put those back in, give people clean caption data, and then I use those to do other stuff with it, like this highlight video stuff that I'll get to shortly once I find my Twitch window. And take the chat, put it in here. There we go. This one. There we go. They're still very small on the screen, but it's better than nothing. That way I can use my other stuff for editing and whatever. Yeah, that should be good. Just make sure that's working. It says public. All right. So here's, oops, let me get my OBS preview to see what I'm actually doing. Maybe this is too wide. Okay, maybe it's not too wide. So here's the prompt that I use. It says there's a transcript in SPV format, and then it shows like how it works. And then I just ask for an interesting highlight video. However, the first thing I should do, this is another script that I've made. You can see these little tags in the video. Let me hide the hide this for the moment. So I've got these tags in the video. You need one at 00 for YouTube, but they can relate back to splitting up the video on YouTube. It's a nice little benefit for viewers, and I forgot to add that. So I go to my scripts in this Magix Vegas Pro, and then these are the things that I've made. So in that case, I've got those in the text functions, and then you can see it just generated timecode plus text here. And then I can go into the related YouTube video description and stuff and paste those in there. There we go. There's that. Easy. So close that for the moment. Man, I need 4 screens to do this properly. Put this back up. So I'll run this. I've got the caption data here, and then this is the actual video that you can link in this. This is Gemini Pro 2.5. It's not showing in the crop of that window that I have, but get the idea. So I'm gonna have to. So it's doing its thing. I feel like this is the most logical use case for tools like this, because people are so into generative stuff, but this is more reworking existing things that you've made. And if I wanted to, I could have it focus on certain aspects of the video, but I didn't do that. So here we can see what it gave me. It pulled out captions specifically from the caption file, and I told it not to change anything. It just needs to give me blocks of captions. Now, it's not perfect, obviously. The captions aren't going to be like perfectly logically split into themes and such, but it's a good starting point. And you can see that I had it generate this list of timecode start and stop points. So I take those and I go back to my video editor. I'm going to get rid of these markers, so I don't need those anymore, and get rid of this music. It's YouTube audio library music. So I've got this. I'm gonna switch to here for a second and save this as a different project name. Guess I can show this. It's not really anything too exciting. So we've got that. And go back to my scripting tools that I've made. And here I just paste in those start stop points, and this splits up the video. It recompresses it, it ripples it, whatever the actual term is. There we go. And I'm going to copy this and undo the changes and then paste it back in. That way I have the original to pull from. So that's what that made. This is the original. And then I'll just save that. At this point, I'd edit the video as normal. It's a nice little way to hopefully make the edit quicker. In that case, I can get rid of the Gemini Pro stuff for now. So let me pull up the... which window do I want visible? I'll put OBS over here. All right. Let's see what we've got. Colossalcon North 2024.
This is in the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin. I didn't actually attend the convention itself, so I don't have any idea of how that was. Yeah, I just went there impromptu on a whim. It was nice weather, which is really the main reason I go there or don't go there. With the camera equipment that I was using, the Nikon Z5 as usual with the Nikon Z.
So here I'm gonna extend a little bit because it cut it off, but that's probably just based on caption data, not necessarily the AI doing anything. If I were to give it more free reign to adjust time codes and stuff, it probably could do it cleanly. Or it would make it worse. You never know. So I'll be editing these clearly, but I'll get to that later. Oh, the program just crashed. Yeah. So the downside of using this program is that it loves to crash. Come on. So I just lost a few seconds of edit. I should have saved it more. Let's pull that up again. All right. Let's see. Wisconsin. I didn't actually attend. I don't think I need this. In Wisconsin, I didn't actually attend the convention itself, so I don't have any idea of how that was. Yeah, I just went there impromptu on a whim. It was nice weather, which is really the main reason I go there or don't go there. With the camera equipment that I was using, save it. Save constantly with this program. I'm hoping if I do. The thing is, I spent a fair amount of money on this back when I got it, and it was relatively late in this version. This is 21. There was a version 22, which had its issues, and then now they have 23 pretty recently within the last few days. And I'm considering it, but giving the money after having such a bad, buggy version is frustrating. Yeah. But it does things that I can't really do elsewhere, so, and I'm used to it, and I generally like how it edits and how it works in that respect. It's just they really need to work more on making it reliable. Or don't go there. With the camera equipment that I was using, the Nikon Z5 as usual, with the Nikon Z40. Expand this thing here. There or don't go there. With the camera
equipment that I was using, the Nikon Z5 as usual, with the Nikon Z40mm f2 lens, it should be pretty decent. This time I was using a minimum shutter speed of 1/160th.
Pretty decent. I don't know why that's there. Whoops. I have to toggle on and off. It's called auto ripple. It's a feature. Where is it? This one, Control L. I have it set up to a specific key, but remembering to turn it on and off is difficult. It does change the color of things, which is good, but I never really take too much notice of that. I have to train myself. Although I've used this so much and I still haven't been able to. I had made a community post on YouTube about multi-streaming. And I think I saw one person vote on it and they picked video editing, so that's why I'm doing this today. See how it goes. Let's see. Whoops. Yeah, there's one vote. Okay. Today's the day. for video editing. I've done a lot of video editing on Twitch, but I basically have no audience there. So trying to do the multi-streaming stuff a bit and see how it goes. This time I was using
minimum shutter speed of 1/160th of a second. Usually I was using 125th of a second. Doing hallway cosplay photography is very challenging. It's
seconds. Doing hallway seconds. There's a little bit of an extra word there. Oh, I think I might pull in a bit more. Second. Doing hallway
cosplay photography is very challenging. It's very, very mixed lighting. That's the real challenge for me. So I really do prefer the arcade area for taking snapshot photos. I try to take multiple photos of each cosplay or a group for various reasons. Overall, a very nice convention. Maybe this year I'll try to get a badge and check out the actual convention itself.
See if I can extend this part. Whoops. For various reasons.
As I mentioned with the autofocus.
Consistency isn't perfect
with this combination, so I do try to take
enough photos to deal with that, and I've never had an issue. It's probably close enough. So yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna fill things. Don't need this. This one. Okay, this is a little off. Actually, I don't need that. I should probably get rid of these for the moment. These are all the EXIF information generated. Like that. Colossalcon North 2024. This is in the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin. There we go. Actually attend the convention
itself, so I don't have any idea of how that was. Yeah, I just went there impromptu on a whim. It was nice weather.
Get rid of this little piece. Trim it a little bit to make it more concise. I just
went there impromptu on a whim. It was nice weather, which is really the main reason I go there or don't go there. With the camera equipment that I was using.
Could pull some of the frames from here. If I really wanted to, I could use different video for the short. Maybe I'll do that. Like a few different clips of cosplayers. So I'm going to open. I have so many versions of this project. I usually try to separate them as I go, just in case. Let's try number 10. Okay, not this one. Let's try number 8. I should probably label these better. Oh, that one's not good either. Let's try this one. Yeah. This one. There we go. So these are all the ones that I haven't used. Just look for something interesting. Sometimes the camera's messed up. I either have it downwards or I already have photos of them in there. This one's probably good. Decide which one to use. Say the vertical. Make more sense in the vertical video. So just make sure this. Oh, that's kind of bad. Sometimes I lean in and that messes up the GoPro footage. But it does show them, so. Oh. It's not supposed to be this offset. I think it's over here. I've been noticing that more with my script stuff, is that it gets offset for some reason. But I have scripts in here for the video editor to help me use the GoPro footage versus the pictures, so it places pictures on the timeline based on GoPro timing and then the photo timing inside the EXIF information. Oops, this is what do we do here? That there. I'll replace a portion, maybe like that. Whoops. Save it. I always save this program often. Or, I mean, save your projects in this program often. Go like that. Shrink this down a little bit so it's more consistent with timing of each thing. Don't need that. Up to
a whim. It was nice weather, which is really the main reason I go there or don't go there. With the camera equipment that I was using, the Nikon Z5 as usual with the Nikon Z 40mm f2.
Okay, I don't really necessarily need this because it's probably just bad video. Whoops. All right. Let's see. Go there.
With the camera equipment that I was using, the Nikon Z5 as usual with the Nikon Z 40mm f2 lens. This time I was using a minimum shutter speed of 1/160th of a second. Usually I was using 125th of.
So I do want to keep that in there, but I also want to put more pictures of cosplayers and stuff. Get rid of this one. I like the arcade area, but I have a lot of options here. Let's see what this looks like. That one's pretty good. Just make sure I'm... Oh, there's a bunch of photos. I actually prefer the zoomed out one. Whoops, I keep forgetting it. I have it in a different project. Maybe let's make it a little bit shorter. f2
lens. This time I was using a minimum shutter speed of 1/160th of a second. Usually I was using 100.
Yeah, it's the 40mm
f2 lens. This time I was using a minimum shutter speed of 1/160th of a second. Usually I was using 125th of a second. Doing hallway cosplay photography is very challenging. It's very, very mixed lighting. That's the real challenge for me. So I really do prefer that.
Remember this. Can actually show them. That was a difficult photo. It didn't really turn out amazingly well. I don't think either. It's how they were standing and such. I don't know. Oh, here we go. No, that one's okay. Let's try this. Whoops. Is it here? Yeah. It's
very, very mixed lighting. That's the real challenge for me. So I really do prefer the arcade area for taking snapshots.
okay, that footage is totally wrong. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work. I'll just have to show the camera vertically, but then the picture is horizontal. Let's see what that looks like. Real challenge for me. So I really do prefer the arcade area for taking snapshot photos. I try to take multiple photos of each cosplayer or group. Just get rid of that. See if I can find another group picture. Overall,
A very nice convention. Maybe this year I'll try to get a badge and check out the actual convention itself.
Don't need this. Whoops, wrong key. All right. See if I can find another group photo. Got my nose in it. Yeah, maybe not the best video footage there. That one's not a group picture. It's a cool cosplay though. Let's see if I have a spot for this. Shrink this down. Go there or don't go there. With the camera equipment that I was using, the Nikon Z5 as usual with the Nikon Z 40mm f2 lens. This time I was using a minimum shutter speed of 1/160. Yeah, that's fun. All right, let's look for another group photo. That's one of my longtime local friends. He was there. Some of his friends. But no group photo. I mean, does that count as a group photo? Oh. Already have them in there? Nope. Guess that could work. Assuming the video footage is decentish. Whoops. So it's a horizontal. That's probably good. This way it'll give a little more reason to watch it compared to the original because it's got different stuff in it. There we go. It's probably good. Save a new version. So in this case, I'm gonna get rid of that. And I need to make a vertical version, but this specific version of Vegas Pro is garbage, so it crashes when I do vertical text, or technically picture-in-picture objects. So I have to use an older version of the program. And then I copy-paste into that. There we go. All right. Yeah, new version 23. Let's copy that. I'm going to set the aspect ratio first. And then paste it in here. I can get rid of this. I should be able to get rid of this without issue. I'm going to save this. Switch it here for a second. There it is. All right. So I got a vertical format. And this footage down here, excluding this and this, is the GoPro footage. And I record in the taller aspect ratio on the GoPro. That way I've got more vertical space. So if I restore this, you can see it's taller than normal, which is nice. And I can do match output aspect ratio. And I can copy that. Paste. Now I'll go through these. Obviously this is a little different. This is standard aspect ratio for video. 16:9. So I have to adjust these separately. Check this one out. It looks fine. And then for the video under the photo, I add a Gaussian blur. Look at this. That's probably fine. This one as well. So for this one, I'm going to move it over. Obviously, the strap makes it look not amazing, but whatever. So in this case, I did move the position of it, so I'm not going to copy paste the Gaussian blur from the other one. I'm just going to re-add it. Because if I copy pasted, it would reset, unless I specifically pasted a portion of it, it would reset the positioning of it. So that one's fine. Those are good. This one. Could adjust it slightly. Maybe like that. Again, add the Gaussian blur. It's more noticeable, obviously, with a horizontal photo. Like this one. Yeah, that's kind of bad. I mean, for consistency's sake, I could use a vertical photo. Yeah. So I'd have to find it. And what's the number? 1416. We got two of them. See what these look like. So there's that one and that one. I would do the closer one. All right. Shrink this down. And the blur again. Even though it's not super noticeable on the vertical photos. This one's probably fine. So this one will be more noticeable. Yeah. This one, it's a vertical. There we go. Nice. Now at this point, I'm going to re-add the EXIF information. Again, whoops, what am I doing? So I've got a script for that. Whoops, let me reselect the pictures. So I select all the photos and then I load up my... Oh shoot. It's an old version. So I have to compile it for this version of the program. So what I could do is duplicate the programming project and then have it compiled for this one. Otherwise, I just won't put the information. So in here, to change this, let's see where it's located. So I'm going to delete that. Add reference. I'm going to switch to here for a second. I'm going to add the old one. It was in scriptportal.vegas.dll. There we go. Make sure I have the old one selected. All right. Go back to the screen. So it's kind of covered by my face camera. Probably. Oh, there it is. So there's the reference to that. And hopefully that works. So in this case, let me switch to face camera again. Tools, scripting, run script. I have to pick the correct one. So it's in here, here, and then that. Okay, why didn't it work? rebuild. Clean. Clean. Rebuild. Make sure this is correct. Yeah, it's in 19. Let's say it changes something. I don't know. Let me try this again. So I completely cleared the build folder. And there's the from Vegas. Saying it's not there. So in this case, I can't just double click on the file. I have to open it through Vegas itself because of the different versions. That's correct. That's correct. There we go. Nice. So, okay, I don't have my stuff selected. So I select the photos. This one's really small. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Select the pictures, tools, and go to here. I'm going to make it 6 for the font size. Boom. Very easy. And then you can see the text on the top. It's a little bit blocked by my camera. Yeah. So that's a big benefit. Imagine if I had to do that by hand. No thanks. So it's basically all the same, except for the ISO changes. So I tend to use aperture priority with a minimum shutter speed of the 1/160th of a second. Because I move around quick. Don't want to get blurry photos. So that's basically it for that. I'm going to render this out. Render as. I think that's the correct. Yeah, that looks good. So that was a pretty quick process. I'm going to put it on TikTok, Instagram, maybe Snapchat, I guess, garbage platform, and YouTube Shorts. So I could do a website article right now, but I think I'm just going to end stream because that was the goal, to see how this will go with the, I guess I could look at camera stuff maybe. If anyone has any questions, or I'm just going to head out. But yeah, that's the basic process of what I do with these now. It helps, the AI tools do help, and I'm not doing generative stuff. I'm just using it as a way to expedite work on things that I already made. So in the case of a full video, I want to make a highlight video. It does seem to help out for website articles, which is something that I could do here. That also helps because I use those tools to, based on my caption data of the video and the actual video itself, I use Gemini Pro to help me make the website articles now. So for example, pull up a browser window. So a lot of these are a mix of initially the Gemini Pro thing helping me make the article, but then I do pretty extensive editing to it usually. So in the case of this relates to this video with the caption data, and then it's able to pull frames from the video, but then I have some scripts and tools to do that in my video editor program, where it just gives me time codes, and then I actually get the pictures or screenshots, and I edit the video, edit the text and such to make it sound more like me rather than a AI tool. And it's kind of the difference between me doing it or not doing it based on how much time it would take if I did this all by hand at this point. So I'm giving people the option to have a website article if they want it. It's not going to be perfect, but it's kind of like, here's this thing, you know, is it good enough? I think it's good enough. So that one was, it's pretty much all of these articles now are just based on the videos. So this is another recent YouTube video. And occasionally I do, like for example here, that's probably from the video. So this one here is probably me making the photo. Actually, that's from the video, never mind. Some of them I do go and actually add additional photos and stuff if I don't have enough context, and the tools didn't pick what I wanted generally. Let's see. One of these must have something that I added after the fact. Maybe this one? No. Let's see. Okay, I think this one I added additional images. Yeah, so this is an example where I added after the fact extra photo examples. Yeah. That was a fun project. Basically, the gist was that the company sent me this ramen, and I was trying to think of what to do with it. So I did a product photo shoot of it. This thing here, well, these pictures are kind of low quality. That's just a folder with a blue folder. It worked out okay. This is one of the folder ones. The downside is obviously the size of it, the physical size. Yeah, this was also a folder one in the background. Anyways, I'm going to head out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you see it after the fact, I'll probably do more editing on here in the future. So at least one person seemed interested in it. We'll see how it goes. Peace.